Go.
Hi, welcome back to this installment of Cooking in Columbia Heights. Wow, that worked out well. My name is Chef DeSanto1, and I am your cooking host today. This is my second venture cooking. I am a 28-year-old adult gay white male. Apparently I'm under arrest because I'm giving you my demographic information. I feel like people walk around on cooking shows, so I'm going to walk around the top. Oh, you're still filming. Alright, so you'll see right now I'm opening up some wine because this is how I stay sane when I have to cook food. I'm not really a cook by nature, in case you couldn't tell. We have a lovely Cabernet Sauvignon. It's from Argentina. I also call it from Whole Foods, P in 14th Street. Good stuff. It was like $9.99. It goes great with Italian. It's red. Pasta, red. They work. You'll see behind me what I'm doing right now is I'm frying up some turkey. And it's white on the bottom. I'm really not sure why it's white on the bottom. It actually looks disgusting. Jason's telling me I'm supposed to move it, so I'm going to move it around a little bit. So see this white stuff? It's kind of nasty. So what I'm doing here is I'm just moving around some turkey. I put in some seasoning. We put in some Italian seasoning. We put in some crushed red pepper. We put in some garlic. We put in a handful of salt because, you know, salt's good. Not too much garlic, though. And I'm wondering now how people actually do cooking shows, because I clearly have no idea what I'm doing. They do, and they talk throughout the entire process. They talk like this, like they know what they're talking about. So if I just have a certain inflection in my voice and tend to move some meat around, chances are I might actually look like I know what I'm doing. Now we're about to turn down the heat to a simmer. I actually don't know what that means, the simmer. So I'm going to continue to move the meat around in this kind of this clockwise / counterclockwise direction. You see I'm moving the meat? Why are we looking at the stove top? What? 4? Oh, okay, that's the hint. Oh, look at that. We're going to move it down to 3, because I like to get my stove in a nice, good 3. 4 is a little bit too much for me, but if you like 4, go right ahead. In Joey's kitchen, we always do like a nice 2.5 or 3. Again, I really don't know what I'm talking about, but if I talk with a certain intonation and inflection in my voice, I might actually come across like I know something. My first job was in training and development, so basically I learned how to bullshit a lot. Okay, and so my assistant just handed me some sauce. It's puttanesca, which is really hard to say without laughing. So apparently I'm going to add the sauce into here. I'm going to look at my trusty assistant to ask him, do I need to keep the stove on while I'm putting this in? That's a yes. All right. So I'm going to put this over here on my little kitchen holder thing. And how much sauce do you generally put in? Isn't that a fact? The only reason I have the whole thing. Am I going to dump this whole thing in here? Is it going to explode on me? All right. Ew. This is disgusting. I'm really dumping this whole thing in here. Only $8 at Whole Foods, folks. Only $8. Calculate that based on what I make it out. I'm assuming I'm going to mix this up right now, right? I'm going to mix this up. What we have here is some chewy turkey little granules mixed in with some fine P Street Whole Foods pasta sauce. It's organic, no sugar added, no sugar in this household. No ma'am, no sir. And you'll see that the turkey turns a lovely shade of red. Because that's what happens when you put pasta sauce in it. Look at that. That's like Mom used to make. Right, Mom? Get that camera on my face. So right now what you see me doing is I'm salting the water. I put out twice as much salt in the water as I did the meat. The water's been heating up for about 10 minutes. We brought it to a nice boil, nice and steamy boil. Jason made sure to hit the little button on the fire alarm thing. Why can't I sing a proper noun today? I'm now going to put all the pasta in the boiling water. I'm going to let that sit and cool down. I'm going to kind of put it on the side so that it's, easier to navigate, move. Look at that. This is organic whole wheat pasta. It's really good for you. It's healthy. It's probably got a lot of antioxidants in it. I really don't know what an antioxidant is, but it sounds good. It makes you sound smart. It makes you sound like you know what you're talking about. I do know other things that are good for you, and that would be red wine. I believe I started this segment off with some red wine. And here's our Argentinian wine. My trusty assistant has opened it for me. We're going to pour a glass because we made one crucial mistake, aside from actually letting me get behind the stove in the kitchen, and that was not actually starting to drink alcohol prior to this whole experience. because Lord knows, it makes it go by a lot easier, it's a lot more interesting. I'm a lot less anxious when I drink. I might not be as productive the next morning when I go into work. I apologize to the 11,000 NASPA members out there from that. My response is a little slow, but it makes my evenings fun. Cheers. Nice al dente spaghetti noodle here. We're going to test it out. Disgusting. What caught it? That's pretty good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mix these fine ingredients together. I'm going to turn that off because it's a nice, smooth al dente. I'm going to turn this thing off, which apparently turned you off. My job's been done for me. I'm going to strain this bowl of hot stuff with a little hot pad because, I want to make sure my little mittens are okay. Before we put our two ingredients together, trying to avoid a fire here at all costs. Fire protection is a priority. We're going to dump that in there. The steam's going to come out. Look at that. Ooh, that's good stuff. And there goes our pasta. Ooh, almost fell over, but we saved it. And throw that back out on the stove top there. Make sure all my water is drained out. My pasta is a nice brown color because, again, it's whole wheat from Whole Foods. They're one of our sponsors from the program. At least we're trying to get their sponsorship. I'm going to dump that back in there right now. Oh, extra noodle escape. That was flickering my mind and it was on camera. Now I'm going to drink some wine. Oh. Then I'm going to get some olive oil and put the olive oil in here. And I trust you'll tell me when enough is enough. Here we go. Lots of olive oil. E-E-O-O. Is that what it's called? E-E-O-O. Yeah, there you go. E-V-O-O. I don't know what that woman talks about. She's crazy. She's crazy, but she's richer than me. Am I done? All right. Enough olive oil. When your cameraman tells you how much to put in and when to stop, pretty much when you stop. I like to wash my hands a lot because I'm a bit OCD and it's gross when I have stuff attached to it. So now I'm going to mix in my meat with my pasta, which is my final process here. I'm not really sure how to get this from here to there without spilling all over the place. I'm going to look in the counter for something. A plate. I'm going to look for a plate in the counter. I don't know why I'm looking for a plate in the counter. It's always good to have plates in your counter when you're cooking because you never know when you're going to need a plate. Will a bowl work? This is the bowl. Wow. I pay attention in health class at all. No, I didn't. That's what happens when you don't pay attention in health class when you turn 28. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to do what with it? I'm going to put that in there, put that in the bowl. I'm going to put this in the bowl. The pasta's going to go in the bowl. You put the pasta in the bowl, clearly, because everyone knows that. This is going to be embarrassing, because I'm not going to be able to get any of this. I don't know why I'm doing this. Oh, I get it, because we're not going to make all this food. Right. Dun, dun, dun. Dead air is bad on television. My contract with Food Network is going down the tubes by the moment once we put this on YouTube because they're dead air. Maybe I can talk about butter. That's cliche. Okay, really. No pressure or anything. Not at all. What? I'm using that. Oh, I'm using that. Then why did you have me get this thing out? That makes a great invention, this little pasta scooper. My great-grandfather, Rosario DeSanto, invented it. I just have a great-grandfather named Rosario DeSanto. He came over on a boat. I saw a picture of the boat. Don't know the name of the boat. It's an old picture. It's a black and white photo. He didn't speak any English, Rosario. This is all a true story, by the way. I'm not BSing. The only thing he actually could say in English was, son of a bitch. I learned that from my father. Not son of a bitch, but I've learned that only Rosario could say that from my father. Didn't learn how to cook from anyone. Love both my parents very, very much. They enjoy food. I think it's okay. Apparently we're not a big cooking family. And we're done. That's our pasta. Look at that. There's our meal. There you have a successful meal for $55 at Whole Foods. That's all it costs. $55.55 for an overpriced meal at Whole Foods with some lovely flowers for ambiance, some wine, and good times, great friends, fabulous memories.